Good afternoon, everyone. It's just about to go 12 o'clock noon here in Indochina time. That's Southeast Asia. Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. And that should be about 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So now this is the start. Today's the first day that I'm doing the live session during the afternoon. And it's around about the closing session of Tokyo. And I have found just over the past few months, and previous to that actually, that the Tokyo session, the closing session, can be quite good. You see some good trade setups. And what it means is in Tokyo, they're all coming back from lunch. They've got a couple of hours before they close down, and they start executing their orders, closing orders, executing orders, closing sales, making their trades. And the volume is quite high also, because you've still got the Singapore and Shanghai markets are open. And this is just pre-Europe and pre-London. So you can get some good trade setups during this last couple of hours of the closing session of Tokyo. And it usually starts usually right about now, or maybe sometimes it's a little bit delayed. You can never pinpoint it. It's never going to be exactly the right minute. But sometimes it's at a half past the hour when the really good trade setup starts to show up on the chart. And there's Alex. And good morning to you in India, sir. And Howard. Must be early evening for you there in Port Macquarie. So I'm just doing a brief session today just to kind of get the feel for this afternoon live. I definitely feel much more awake than I do in the early morning Asian session. And I just, I get better trade setups. I'll put it that way. I just get better trade setups. And so I just came up with the idea to shift the time from my live trading to the closing Tokyo session. And now is when we start to have the last couple of hours of the Tokyo session prior to Europe and London opening. And as you know, you guys have followed me for a long time, and you can see here, this is the first candle in the Singapore Shanghai market open. It went way down, dropped it down, then went back up, and that was a good trade. If you're in that one, you catch the move up, and then it turned around, went back down, and then turned around, went back up, and it came back down. And that's what we've been seeing a lot of in this Singapore Shanghai opening. And I just, I know that I get better trades. I always get better trades during this couple of hours that are coming up now. And so I thought I would just shift my time to share the better trade setups with you. And it's also a little bit later in the day for me. I don't have to get up so early in the morning. Some people are early birds, some people are night owls. I'm a night owl. I'm definitely not an early bird. Oh, it's only 3 p.m. there. Okay. I thought it was a little bit later than that. Yeah. Typically, I just always remember Sydney is 4 hours ahead of me. But I guess you guys are on daylight savings time now. So I'm just going to be here for another 10 or 15 minutes, and let's just to let everybody know that this is now the new live YouTube session for the last couple of hours of the Tokyo closing session, pre-Europe and pre-London. Nothing has changed on my strategy. Okay, this is still the trendline strategy. And I have in this session here on this chart, I always mark the Asian session. And today in the Asia high, we had 47.05. You can see here, 47.05 was the high today, a little bit earlier. And the low for today was 46.68. So about a 35, $36 move. Not a big move for gold. It's not. It hasn't turned out yet to be one of our $100 days, but I'm sure it will. So this gray box here that I have, this is just the Asian session, and then once it breaks out of that box, then the first candle will be in London at 2 p.m. my time. So I always mark off that session. This is the Asian session is generally recognized as a uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not consolidation, but it sets the trend for the day pretty much. And it looks like we have broken below the previous day low just slightly. We broke above the previous day low was 46.72. Oh, accumulation. That's the word I'm looking for. The Asian session is the accumulation session. That's what it's called in trading terms, the accumulation session. And then the London session is the manipulation session in trading terms. And then the New York session is the expansion session. That's the terms they use. So we've broken below the previous day low, and that was 46.72. And this is kind of what we call the liquidity pool, where you have stop losses and pending orders. And it looks like the Asian session has taken that out. And then once we get over to London, sometimes it will even take it again, go down even further perhaps. And then we start to move to higher prices. Higher prices, I believe, can be on the cards for today. We've already hit 47.05. So 4,700, that psychological number, that's our zone, our psychological resistance zone, the first level. And we might get back up there today. I believe we will. They've come down and taken out the liquidity pool initially. Okay, there's not been a lot of volume today, and now we're starting to make a move back up. So my strategy is the same. If it breaks above the red trend line here, this downward trend line, then it closes above that, then I will go long. And if it breaks below my upward trend line, the green trend line, then I will go short. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel. Click the bell so you'll be notified every time I go live, every time I make a new video. It does help the channel, and I appreciate your support very much. What's that little emoji you got there, Howard? That looks like a ghost. Oh, by the way, I went to the movie last night. I saw Mortal Kombat 2. And I don't know if you're a Mortal Kombat fan, but it was a pretty good movie. So lots of good action, pretty good story. So if you're a movie buff, I highly recommend you see Mortal Kombat 2. It just came out a few days ago, and I saw it at the midnight movie last night. As I said, I'm a night owl, so I like to go to the midnight movies. So Alex says most people say we just predict the market. Most people say that. Most people say we just predict the market. Oh, okay. I definitely don't try and predict the market. I let the candles tell me what the market is going to do. I would rather trade the market. I don't want to trade what I think the market will do. I don't want to try and trade what I'm predicting the market will do. I let the market tell me what it's going to do, and then based on my rules based strategy, I take a trade accordingly. And most of the time it will work. No strategy works all the time. All strategies work some of the time, but no strategy works all of the time. That's why we use a stop loss. Oh, type the movie name. Yeah, it's there you go. Mortal Kombat 2. It's a good one. I see all the movies. I have a membership to the cinema. I see every movie that comes out, and some of them are not really worth seeing. What was the other one I saw the other day? Um, I can't even remember the name of it, and it was not very good at all. But Mortal Kombat 2, definitely recommend that one. So we had our this is our first noon candle. This is our first 12 o'clock candle, 12 o'clock my time. And we had a little bit of a push up, but now starting to come back down. Maybe they'll come down and go a little bit deeper into that liquidity pool. Yeah, starting to push down now. I think we might get higher prices today. I don't know. The market hasn't told me yet what it's really going to do. I don't see any clear direction one way or the other. So of course we know that mostly what's influencing the movement on gold is the situation in the Mideast, right? The war with Iran, and that's why we've seen so much fluctuation up and down because the situation changes almost every day. You know, Trumpy Dumpty wakes up with a new idea of what he's going to do, and he just now said, oh, well, a few hours ago, the Iranians gave him their suggestions or recommendations for the peace plan over the weekend, and he didn't like that. So he said he didn't like that at all. And so oil has gone up $3 a barrel today. We can just click on that. It's a short-term chart, 10-minute chart. So you see, yeah, Trumpy Dumpty said he didn't like the that peace plan from the Iranians, and so oil made a big spike up, and it started at $91. It's gone up $5 today, $5 a barrel, and likely to keep going up. And this is what's moving the market: is the situation in the Middle East, and it's so much uncertainty. We just have to be really careful and take this, just one day at a time. We don't really have any clear direction for the long-term trades, but it's all right if, especially like in the Asian session, if you're a scalper, you could have got some good trades in here. If you're an experienced scalper using the very short time frames, but I'm a day trader, and I look to try and hold something for at least 100, 200, maybe 300 pips, and then close that out during the day. I don't like to hold any trades overnight, not during these uncertain times. Hey, Raj, good to see you here, buddy. Yeah, let's go. This is just going to be a brief session today, kind of an introduction to the new time and get everybody accustomed to that. I'll generally be coming in right about this time of day. Uh, I'll try to be consistent, be on the hour. It's just 11 minutes past the hour now. And what I've been telling everyone is that I usually get a good trade set up, usually at half past the hour. Sometimes it happens right on the hour, which would have been 11 minutes ago, but we're not really seeing anything just yet. So sometimes it's half past the hour when you start to see a good trade setup kick in. And this is my normal strategy, different time today, but nothing different about the strategy. Okay, it's the trend line strategy. Breaks below my green trend line and closes below that, I go short. and breaks above and closes above the red trend line, I go long. And I've got the Asian session grayed out. We start over here with the first candle of the day. This is the New Zealand opening at 5 a.m. my time. And then this is the close of the Asian session, which is 2 p.m. my time. And the first candle will be the opening of the London session. So I always gray this box out. We get an Asian high, which today was 47.05, and an Asian low so far of 46.68. We still have a little bit of time to go on this Asian session. What we're looking at now is the beginning of the closing session of Tokyo. It's the afternoon for them. They've come back from lunch now, and they're looking at executing trades, opening some new trades, closing some previous trades, doing what they do before they go home. And then it does overlap, actually, it overlaps with the London session. So I'm not saying that the Tokyo close, I don't mean, it's 5 minutes before they go out the door. I don't mean that. But it's the afternoon closing session for them when they start executing their final orders for the day. And then there's a couple of hours overlap with London. When London opens, that's the last 2 hours of the Tokyo close. Yeah, well, Raj, that gap up on oil, which we just looked at, was because Trumpy Dumpty said he didn't like the peace proposal from Iran. They gave him some, what they want to do over the weekend. They gave him, their ideas, and just a few hours ago he said, "No, I don't like that," which means for him, as he has said, recently, if they don't come to a deal, then the bombing starts again. And so oil has moved up $5 just today and likely to go higher. We just have to wait and see what Trumpy Dumpty is going to say. Yeah, that's what I was talking about when you tuned in here. And he said he's going to start bombing again. He has said that recently, but you don't know what he's going to do. He doesn't know what he's going to do until he wakes up and starts doing it. Mm. Mr. Lord, Mr. Lordley. Oh, new guy here. Mr. Lordley. Don't think I've seen you before. Where are you watching from? You see a nice buy on gold just waiting for New York and London. Well, you wait for London first and then New York. And yeah, this is right here. This will be after this little gray box here. This will be the beginning of the London session. And so we have taken out the previous low from yesterday. That's this yellow line here. Previous low from yesterday. They have taken that out. They might go a little bit deeper, grab more liquidity before we start to see a move up. That's a possibility. Just have to wait and see how it unfolds. And as I have seen, I'm watching this time for a long, long time, this trading time. And usually the good trade setup will kick in about 15 minutes. Sometimes it starts on the hour, but today there's been nothing happening, nothing yet. So in about 15 minutes, we should start to see more momentum and a clearer indication of which way it's going to go. And our low today is 46.68. And these two gray lines here, these are previous support and resistance levels that I mark. I mark as the market unfolds and progresses, then I mark those areas. Here we have a resistance here, resistance there, became support, minor support and resistance. That's those two lines there. And then of course the Asia high, which was 47.05. And I would just guessing, well, I won't guess. We could come up and trade and break out that Asia high today later on. perhaps in the London, or maybe even more likely in the New York session. Oh, from Cameroon. Okay, from Africa. Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to click that like button. I appreciate your support, and I hope you have also subscribed to the channel and click the little bell so you'll be notified. And I'm going to be here every day. Today is the first day that I'm doing live on the afternoon Tokyo session, the pre-Europe London session. And I'll be here Monday to Friday at the same time. Yeah, no time, so different viewers. Good point. I think the ones we usually get from Nigeria, we get quite a few guys from Nigeria. They're probably gone to bed now. And I don't think we'll get any from the States because it's just gone 1 o'clock in the morning, Eastern Standard Time. So I don't think we'll get anyone from the States. That's okay. A lot of people watch the recording, though. I always go back and check and see. We do get a lot of people watching the recording. And if you do, by the way, if you do watch the recording, just go ahead and feel free to comment. Let me know where you're watching from. And anybody that, oh, I had my, oh, anybody that does watch the recording, and you want to reach out to me, you can do that on Telegram. My Telegram ID is @RickRayFX, and you can message me there. And I have a Telegram chat group for traders. If you want to be added to that group, just let me know and I'll add you to the group. And by the way, guys, before I forget, that reminds me I haven't talked about the news yet. We have some high impact news coming this week. Okay, a lot of data on inflation in the US. If you check forexfactory.com, there's a lot of data on inflation, CPI, and some other things. And all that's listed on the high impact news on Forex Factory is the US high impact news. There's nothing else listed for any other countries. So it should be quite an influential week for movement of gold. And definitely the inflation data is going to be a big mover and shaker. Let's see how that turns out. I'll be posting that forexfactory.com in the Telegram group later today. There's nothing today or tomorrow. It's on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's when the news comes out. Let me just double check and make sure right quick. Yeah, nothing on Monday. Nothing. Oh, Tuesday is the CPI data. Sorry, guys. Tuesday. Yeah, nothing today, which is Monday. But tomorrow we've got 1 hour before Wall Street opens, got core CPI, CPI month on month, CPI year on year. And then on Wednesday, we've got the core PPI month on month. And then on Thursday, oh, there's one from the pound, the GDP month on month. And then core retail sales from the US on Thursday, and nothing on Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, big high impact news. And all of these will be moving gold dramatically, I would say. Inflation data, very, very important. Who is it clicking all those hearts? I mean, I do appreciate that. Thanks for all the likes and everything. That's fantastic. But they're kind of going up nonstop. Pretty cool. Okay, guys, it's just kind of bouncing around here. Right now, actually, we're on the 4674 line. That's the first support level. I guess you call it an official support level. That's from the indicator that I use on TradingView. is called the Pivots Traditional Auto. Pivots Traditional Auto. I like that one because you can set it up with 5 different levels, support and resistance, and you can change the colors, and then it updates automatically every day. So this is the current first support level at 46.74, major support level. If you go back and look, you'll see that that's where the price has been previously. And then up at the top, you've got the pivot point for the day, which is 47.11. And if you go higher up, then you've got the first resistance level. As we know, support and resistance is very, very important because that's all that commodities and currencies do. They go from one level to the next level to the next level where they have been previously in the past. So we got 3 small green candles here. This is the what I call the beginning of the Tokyo after lunch session. That would be it's 12 noon for me, so that would be about 2 p.m. in Tokyo. Yeah, I believe I've got that right. That would be 2 p.m. in Tokyo. 12 noon for me, 2 p.m. So the Tokyo after lunch session. They come back, they've had their lunch, they're feeling good, and they're getting ready to execute their orders. And usually right at 12:30, which is 7 minutes from now, 6 minutes from now, we start to see a better indication of which direction the move is going to go. Yeah, pretty amazing start off for the first day in the Tokyo after lunch session. And so Mr. Lordley sounds like an experienced trader. He's saying we're going to get a break and retest on the PDL, previous day low, and pretty sure we will buy. Sounds like you're speaking from experience, Mr. Lordley. That's great. Appreciate the input, I guess you call it, the feedback. But we've already broken below the previous day low, which was 46.72, and now starting to get a little bit of a move up, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. As I said, this would just be a brief session today, just an introduction to the uh, Tokyo after lunch session. I'll be here every day at the same time, and some days I'll probably stay longer. But I've got a meeting in the next few minutes, and I need to get out and head over to that. And I do appreciate everybody being here. This is just to let everyone know the new times. And the strategy is the same. No change in the strategy, just a different time that I'm going live and looking at the charts. So thank all of you guys for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great day of trading. And if you have anything for me, let me know on Telegram, and I will get back to you. And I'll see you again tomorrow, same time.